Hello, lovely people. Welcome to the Geek Cupboard. I am Pench, and welcome to Cities Skylines. I'm very excited to be playing Cities Skylines. I've been wanting to play this for absolutely ages, but we are not going to be playing a normal game of Cities Skylines. Oh no, I couldn't make it easier upon myself. No. We are going to be doing the Cities Skylines No Car Challenge. So we're going to build a city, and it is going to be free of cars. Free of personal cars. Now, there are a few caveats to this. Yes, it's free of cars. Trucks, lorries, that kind of stuff are going to have to be permitted because industry cannot function if they're not able to get things in from the outside. So, you need, if you're a restaurant or whatever, you need to get food delivered in. You need to get supplies and stuff. So trucks will be allowed. Trucks and lorries and vans and that kind of stuff will be permitted. Emergency services vehicles, they're going to be allowed as part of the challenge. We've got to do that. And like other service vehicles, like sort of refuse, garbage truck type things, bin lorries and all that kind of stuff. Stuff like that will have to be allowed. However, other stuff like cars and also taxis. I'm going to ban taxis. Don't want taxis. Away with you, taxis. Taxis are also going to be banned. So cars and taxis not permitted. Because I thought it'd be quite an interesting challenge. Cities Skylines is all over YouTube. There's so many playthroughs. But I can't find a particular playthrough where somebody has gone through and banned cars in their entirety across the whole of a city. And I think it'll be quite good because it's going to force us to focus on public transport. And public transport is interesting. It'll be a different kind of dynamic rather than just go, right, yay, build a road, build this, build that. Because then people are going to have to walk everywhere. We need to try and get to public transport as soon as we can, which is very intriguing indeed. So what have we got installed just before we begin? DLC-wise, we have got down here, I've got the Deluxe Edition. That's sort of neither here nor there. And then I've got After Dark DLC. I quite like the leisure stuff for that. I like the idea of having this sort of the commercial area specializations because the industry has specializations. The industrial areas, you can set them as forestry or sort of specialist type things. So that gives you some commercial specializations, which is quite nice. Snowfall, I got that just because it looks pretty and it puts trams in. Although I suspect mass transit puts trams in as well. But yeah, it puts trams in, but I just think it looks pretty and quite nice. Match day, I got that because it's free, as simple as that. And it allows you to put a big stadium, and that looks quite fun. I quite like the idea of having a stadium somewhere in the city and having all the sort of public transport things linked up to it. And the big one really is mass transit DLC. We're going to have to use a lot of public transport, and that adds in quite a lot of stuff. That adds in like ferries, monorails, cable cars, and even blimps, which sounds fantastic. These sort of airships floating about. So that also gives you mass transit hubs as well, which sounds quite a cool thing. I think that's going to be quite an important thing for us to have, a lot of these sort of hubs so people can move about the different bits of the city. Now, how are we going to ban traffic? You might be thinking. It's not as an official sort of thing. It's not a DLC and it's not an option within the game. If we go into the content manager, it is a mod. It's a mod that I got from the Steam Workshop called Traffic Manager President Edition. That's the version. Manage your city's traffic. And when we start the game, we will see in there that there is a little sort of mini menu that pops up here, and that allows you to control what traffic is allowed on certain roads. Now, it's a bit fiddly. We'll see when we go in. It's a bit fiddly to have to apply the sort of the ban settings to every single road. But do you know what? We'll have to do. It'll have to do. It'll just be something that we'll have to sort of put up with because that's the only option we've got. So we shall have to make do with it. So, right, let's start a new game then. Here we go. Now, I'm just going to point out, I am not a proficient Cities Skylines player. I have dabbled in Cities Skylines. I am not super proficient in it. I kind of get the gist. I've played SimCity, so I have a vague idea about how this sort of works. But I've not really played it very, very much. So, please, so two things. Do not get too frustrated when I do something idiotic, because do you know what? I'll probably realise it's idiotic at some point, or somebody will correct me in the comments. So, please sort of calm your frustrations a little bit. But also, kind of linking on to that, if you do want to help me out, then please do leave comments and things. Please do leave comments. I will learn from you lot. If you want to leave me recommendations and suggestions and things, I will see what I can do with them. So, let's go through. Let's start a new game. So, I've decided the map we are going to have is Diamond Coast. Where is that? Down there. Diamond Coast. I've looked through quite a lot of these. I quite like Diamond Coast. It looks really nice. You've got 69% of area for building, which is good. I mean, there's some hills and stuff, but you get that in lots of other places. Eventually, we can get down to the beach, which looks lovely. I like the idea of having a sort of big kind of car-free area on the beach. That looks good. Outside connections, it's got them all. It's got a highway, rail, ship and airport type stuff, airplane connections, and natural resources. It's actually okay for natural resources. There was another map I was looking at, and it was quite good for the suitable area for building. Was it? Which one was it? It was one of the ones that comes to this. Arid plains. That's it. Hasn't got a lot of natural resources. It's not got that many resources, so you've got 10% more buildable area, and it looks a little bit kind of featureless and a bit dull. Diamond Coast has got a bit of something about it. I quite like that. So yeah, and it's got natural resources. So it's got a bit of forestry, it's got quite a bit of ore, and then about the same amount of oil and farming. So yes, we're going to start our city, our car-free city, on the Diamond Coast, and we're not going to call it Las Palmas, although that is a lovely name. No, we are going to call our city Cupboardtopia, because that's what it's going to be. It's going to be a topia. What is a topia? Don't we know what a topia is? A utopia is a good thing, so a cupboardtopia must be another good thing. I'm sure it is. So Cupboardtopia, the city. Well, it's not going to start out as a city. It's going to start out as a ramshackle, really badly organised kind of thing, because I don't really know what I'm doing. But yeah, it'll grow into a lovely, glorious, traffic-free city, I am sure. So here we go. Let's start the game, and we'll go into sort of the finer bits of the rules of the challenge. Yeah, it's not that complicated a challenge. I'm sure we will have to make exceptions and such like to the challenge as we go, as we play it. But yeah, let's start and let's have a look how we do the no cars thing anyway. So this is the Diamond Coast, and this square here, this tile I suppose, is where we are going to start building our car-free city of Cupboardtopia. So yeah, I thought it was a fairly good starting kind of area. It's got a bit of water in the corner. Everything else looks fairly kind of featureless. There's no massive hills. There's no really horrible terrain for me to have to deal with. Because, as I just said, I'm not the most proficient player in this. I kind of get the very basics, but I don't know the sort of the finer details of things. So I thought, if I start on something nice and straightforward, I can learn as we go along. And, you know, you can leave comments and things as we go, and I can try and pick up on those as I play. So, yeah. Now, here is the road connection. Here is the way that people are going to get into our city. And I don't think there is any way that you can avoid having a road connection if you're not playing on sandbox mode. Maybe if you're playing on the sandbox mode and you can build whatever you like and money's no object or whatever, you can probably connect rail things up and all that kind of stuff. But if we're playing on the normal version, which we are now, which only gives us, well, I say only, I won't mind $70,000, but $70,000, I think you have to have a road connection. But do not worry, I've been looking into this. This has been sort of some of the prep work that I've been looking at. So these are the highways into it. So what are they called? The Smith Highway. That's a very undramatic name. And the Emma Highway. Okay, so the Smith Highway and the Emma Highway. Emma Smith was presumably some very important person around here. Yes, game, I know it's paused. So yeah, Emma Smith, clearly influential. Maybe she bought this land or something. I don't know. So we need to make sure that people can come in to the city because they have to arrive in a car. However, we are then going to ban cars. We're going to ban cars and we're going to ban taxis. So what happens is people generally just sort of abandon their cars. Now up here, the regular sort of the people that have played this before will know that this thing here is not a regular feature. This is the traffic manager thing that we had. That I showed you at the start, the mod that we've installed. And the thing we're interested in is this, vehicle restrictions. And I'm not going to place any vehicle restrictions on the highway, but if we click on it and have a look, if we zoom in and then select that bit of highway, you can then see what vehicle restrictions you can put in place. So you can ban emergency services vehicles. Why you would, I don't know. You can ban sort of refuse type recycling trucks. You can ban delivery kind of lorry type stuff. You can ban taxis. You can ban public transport buses. And you can ban cars. So what we need to do is we need to get a structure in place that means that people can come in and then they leave their cars and then walk somewhere else to where they actually live. So they're kind of going to abandon their cars. They're going to throw their cars into a gigantic kind of car park and leave everything there and then go to their new car-free lives somewhere else. So this is what we have to do. Now, I will admit, I've prepared this little bit. I've done a little bit of work on this just to make sure that it's even feasible. So we need to build a little tiny bit of road, which does seem a bit pointless, to then unlock all these extra bits. So we need to unlock, say, the one-way streets, which is what we want to do. Now, where are the one-way streets? Are they in there? There. So we want to get ourselves some one-way streets. However, we also want... Ooh, what's that? Road condition. Ooh, a road maintenance depot. Okay, now those mods that I've put on, I don't know anything about those mods. They're throwing in extra little things. I don't think that was there before. I've not seen that around. So we want to get ourselves a small roundabout. Now, eventually, I'd love to get us a bigger roundabout, but right now, a small roundabout will do the job just fine. And we're going to put the small roundabout kind of about... don't know, hang on. Let's go further above. Let's rotate above and make sure it's, vaguely symmetrical. There. We're going to pop that just there. Splendid. So there is our roundabout. And it's 2 lanes. So they're going to come from 3 lanes here. They're going to have to sort of filter into 2 lanes. We can't build a bigger roundabout as it stands right now. So then let's get ourselves a one-way street. So they're coming in this way. So we want to connect that up to there like that. Lovely. And then the one-way streets, I think, go... Oh, that's a massive one-way street. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. Oh, no, that's huge. Where are the smaller one-way streets? Can we... Oh, hang on. Right, hang on. Obliterate this. Destroy that. That went from 3 to 5 lanes back down to 2. That way madness lies. There we go, look. There we go. So they're going to filter from 3 lanes into 2, get on the roundabout. And then if people do want to come back, if people want to go back out again, they can use the roundabout and go back out. There we go. So these streets, the one-way streets, go in the direction you build them. So we want to put another one there. The big pointy arrows telling people that they can go out that way. So now we've got ourselves a way in to our place and a way back out again, which is nice. Now, this is where things start getting a bit weird because we have to kind of have a little area where people can get to and then essentially abandon their cars. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a bit coming out to there where the first sort of, I don't know what that is, but the marker line is, and the same just there. And then we shall connect those up using a straight bit of road like so. So now it kind of looks like that. It kind of looks a bit like a coat hanger. I suppose you could call it a Coathanger Junction. In fact, you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to name it. This is the Coathanger Junction. So now my plan is they're going to come in here and we're going to obviously have our city kind of down here somewhere. We're going to have all the industry, I don't know where, and all the power stuff and whatever. All the living places are going to be over here. It's all going to be lovely. But when people come in, as it starts right now, we are not able to get public transport. Public transport is just here. We need a population of 2,600 people, which is actually quite a lot of people. Quite a lot of effort will go into getting just over 2,500 people. But when we do get that, I want to put up here things like buses and trams and metros and all the stuff, all the public transport things we can get here, subways and everything that can all go around here. So people can drive in, essentially abandon their car forever, get on the first bit of public transport, and then go into the city and live their lovely car-free lives. So we kind of want to make this a bit wider. This is what I'm thinking. We're just going to put that across to, say, there. And we're going to put that across to, say, there. And then along here, we could then go and build a bus depot or a metro station or whatever. Or one of the aforementioned transport hubs. We could put a transport hub in there and have all sorts of things. So that'll do for now. So then we want to build down here. So down here is where we want to get our actual place constructed. Is where we want to actually build places for people to live and what have you. So really, what we want to do is, if we have roads that go down here. So if I had a road that went down there and a road that went down there, people are going to kind of come in here and abandon their cars on this top bit. So what we're then going to do is we're going to have a bit like this, a bit like... oh, hang on. I want that to come down like that, like so. And then build that across to there. So we're going to have another little junction-y bit just here. We could put some more transport stuff, more public transport. And then from here down, we're going to then have our main place where we're going to build. Now, already, we've burnt over 10 grand of our money. So we've burnt through quite a substantial amount of cash on essentially building nothing. Because this is kind of all redundant. It's kind of all redundant at the minute. In the future, when we've got 2,600 people or whatever it was, that's going to be quite good. Right now, not so useful. So another thing I've decided as well is we're going to have ourselves mud roads. 2-lane gravel roads, because we don't really need anything else. The lorries can go slowly. The emergency services vehicles can break the law anyway and go as fast as they like. So it doesn't really make any difference. So we're going to have ourselves some lovely gravel roads. They're going to come down here, I don't know, to say there. That'll do. That's a fairly nice gravel road. And another one down to say there. And then we can build from here. But yeah, we don't want people too near to this thing. We don't want people too near to this, because this is where our sort of transport bit's going to start. And as we develop, my plan is develop down here, but then we can always spread up this way if we wish. We can always spread up that way because we can build across the middle. That's all fine. So let's connect that up. Splendid. Now, one thing we do want to place right now is power and water. So, power. I want to go down wind turbines. I like the idea of going down the wind turbine route. I think that's good. Can we put them kind of out the way? Over there? Because they do make a bit of noise. They make a little bit of noise. So if we took them over here, what about just there? Kind of down near the coast. That's sort of fun. Actually, can the water things go there? So we don't have to bother sending sort of pylon electricity connections over. If they're right next to them, that would be tremendous. So we want to get ourselves... yeah, so we could put a water thing there. One just there. And then a sewage thing, maybe we'll put that a little bit further away. Just so if we need more water provision, we can actually do that. So, yeah, for those who've never played Cities Skylines before, you have to manage pretty much everything. So there's water and power and traffic and police and education and monuments and all sorts of things and refuse collection, all that kind of stuff. So you have to manage it all. So that was a water inlet. So that's going to provide water for our people. And then we want to then have a sewage outpipe. But obviously we do not want the sewage outpipe upstream of the water in pipe, because that would be just silly, wouldn't it? So let's put this sewage pipe just there for now. That'll do. We can always move these things round. Right, connect them via a pipe. Lovely. So they're connected up. Now, if I could do that then, yeah, if I can get at least that thing powered without having to send pylons down to it, that is a bit of money saving, and that's quite good as well. So, as you can see, the more you move it around, I want to get it so it says 8 megawatts there. So if I put that there, the estimated production of that wind turbine will be 8 megawatts. I suspect we may need a couple of these to begin with. So let's put a couple of those down. Lovely. Okay, that's good. And then this thing is now covered in this sort of bluish kind of hue thing, which means that it's got power. We need to send power down from there across to the sewage pumping station via a series of pylons. So that covers that. So that's lovely. So this bit here's done. So we've got power provision. We've got water provision. Obviously nothing's connected up because we've got no buildings yet. We'll get there eventually. So yeah, that's good. That's a good start. 37 grand remaining. Now, fortunately, everything else now is not that expensive. It's building the roads. It's building the roads that's going to be the cost. So let's go back to our dirt tracks again. Now, I kind of want to move away from angular roads, but I think you kind of end up building sort of angular roads as you go anyway. So let's just have a bit here. Let's have a little bit here. But this can be our sort of commercial bit where you can come in, if you like. This can sort of be a commercial centre, and then we can have people living off of this commercial bit. Quite like the idea of that. So let's have a bit going down there, like to there, and then into there, like that. And the grid, the little squares here, are where we can then zone areas. So if there's no squares, if you build it too far away, like this line down here, this gap in the middle, nothing can be built in those. And that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. We can put plants and things in it if we have to. That's lovely. So, yeah, we'll have a commercial bit there and then a residential bit. So let's have a couple more residential bits exactly like that, shall we? I know it's a bit griddy. I kind of try and avoid doing grids. We'll do a grid to start with. It's absolutely fine. And then we'll mimic that at the end. So we'll go like that, go to there, go to there. Lovely. Okay, right, this is fine. There's probably people shouting at me right now saying, no, this is a terrible way to build a place. You're building it wrong. But you know what? Whatever, it's fine. We'll roll with it. We'll roll with it. It's all fun. So then we want to get ourselves a place where industry can go. Because at the minute, there is no industry. So people can come here and live here and they're going to have nowhere to work. So they're going to want somewhere industrial. I quite want to put it over... Where should we put it? I don't want to put it near the coast. I like the idea of the coast. In fact, if we come out of that, we look that way, We look that way. Look, there's actual coast. I'm sure we can get over there eventually. I think we can buy more tiles as our city gets bigger. I think we can purchase more land. So we want to kind of head that way. Because there's a boat. There's a cargo ship going that way, going to San Vegas. So we can do all that. So we want to get some industry down on the sort of there and create docks on the sort of seaside. And then we want a bit over here. Maybe we want a bit along that side there. There's a sandy bit there. We create a nice beach area. So yeah, that looks good. I like this map. It's very, very cool. Right, roads. Let's get our industrial zone type thing in. I don't know, over here. Why not? So let's put a road in. Let's put it at a jaunty angle because I want to. Let's put it just there. And then quite like to do a round kind of bit if we can. Can we do that? Can you even do round? Can we just do that and bend it round? Oh no, not like that. No, that's too silly an angle. No, not there. Can we sort of do... No, not there either. How about that? And yeah, there we go. Sort of like that. Bend that round like that. Place that. Distance too short. All right, don't worry about it too much. And then to say there. Yeah, build that. And then kind of in like that. I do love the little snapping line things telling you what's going on. That's very nice. One to there and then back into there. Okay, it's probably not a perfect circle. Do you know what? It's not far off. It's not far off. I quite like that. I like that idea as an industrial kind of thing. In the middle, we could put some trees and stuff when we get there. Put some trees to make this area slightly less grim. But yeah, I quite like that. I like that idea. And then we want to have a bit kind of spearing off that way, just in case. Oh, no. Yep, it's asking me to do the curved line things. Oh, no, no, don't connect it up anymore. Stop that. And then we'll kind of build round this. And this bit can be a bit of a sort of industrial area, if you like. Okay, now we need to zone some areas. So that can be commercial. This can be residential. Those two can be residential. That on the edge can be residential. And that can be residential. And then we'll throw in a couple of industry ones. So these have got like convenient little blocks for them. We'll put a few of those in. There, look. That'll do for now. And now we need to get water and power to everything or else people will be sad. So... from the water thing, we want to put something up to say there, and then across like that, and then I think we want to kind of build down perhaps, and then across. Is this good? Is this the right way to do this? I don't. This seems like the wrong way to do this. Okay, so that covers everything over there. And then connect that up, just in case pipes break or something. I don't know if that's a thing, but maybe they do. And then those industrial units will need some water of some description. So let's kind of do that. And then can we just put a sort of cross down the middle? Oh, no, we can't do that because it doesn't like it because it's already got something there. Like that for the minute. Like that. Is that going to work? Or is that just a silly idea? Let's put that down there. Look, and build that across while we're there. Let's just do that and connect that up as well. There we go. So then these houses are covered, all these buildings are covered when we come to it. Okay, now time for power. So we need to make sure that they've got power. Which areas have we actually zoned again? Right, this area. So if we put something up in that corner and hope that someone builds there, it should all be fine. So yeah, let's go over there. Can I come into there and then go there? Right. I think... we're all set up in terms of what we want to do. And now we have to ban all the cars. Now we have to do some serious car banning. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on our little traffic manager tool thingy. We're going to click on... oh no, we're going to click on that first. And then we're going to click on the road section. And then we get vehicle restrictions. At the minute, this is allowing all vehicles of any kind. So we want to ban cars, no cars. We want to ban taxis. Buses are fine, because obviously we want this to be buses up here so they can take people into the main city. That's fine. Trucks we have to have because commercial and industrial properties just do not function without trucks. I don't think without sort of supply lorries. Recycling stuff, yeah, we'll allow that. And emergency vehicles, yes, because if we've got something up here like an airport and it's on fire and we've banned the fire brigade, that is not going to be the smartest decision. So we've banned cars, we've banned taxis. Now, yeah, I don't want to have to do that all the way down this very, very long road. That's fortunate because there's a button here that applies those rules all the way to the next junction. Hooray! So it's happened all the way to down there, which is lovely. We'll do exactly the same with that. Oh, no, that's the... oh, my goodness. Oh, no. Oh, hang on. Let's zoom in. Let's get in a bit closer. Right. ban, taxi. I'm not clicking the bus there. And taxis, and then do the same. So they should have taxis and cars banned. Oh, I like the palm trees. Oh, it's nice round here. I like it round here. And then we have to do the same for these. We have to do the same for those. It's a little bit fiddly. This is the only kind of drawback of this. It's a little bit time consuming in terms of doing this. Because obviously the road junctions, you have to do it for all of each individual road section, if you like. So yeah, we've got to do it for that. So do that like so. Yeah, and then we've got to do it all the way down here because that's the way it works. Just there. I think we can we twist it sideways to make it easy to click? Like that. Ban it between the junctions so it goes to there. We'll have to do the same for this. So yeah, now while I'm doing this, I have been, practicing is the wrong word, but I've been trying to figure out a system whereby this actually works properly. And there is a useful feature in this. I think it's part of this. I think it's part of this little traffic manager thing, which does let you remove cars. So if someone does somehow mysteriously manage to get a car in, although I don't know quite how they do it, if someone does, we can go through and we can destroy that car. We can just remove it from existence. It's fine. Hopefully, I really hope that will work all the way around. No, it goes to that junction. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? Of course, yeah, it would do. So we can remove any cars. If cars do appear somehow, because bear in mind, this is a mod. This is a little sort of mod that I downloaded from the Steam Workshop. So it might have flaws. It might let some cars in. If it does, we'll have to sort it out. We'll just go through and just eradicate those cars. We just sort of obliterate them from existence. It's fine. So we'll take out the taxis. And I think this is the last bit. Is that the last bit of road that we need to apply this to? So there we go. So I think all those road sections now, every single road section is now banning cars and banning taxis. I think that is done. All of those down there definitely are. Those are, and all the way up to the top are. All the way up to there is now cars and taxis are now banned, which is tremendous. So we'll turn that off. And now let's move time on and see just how wrong everything can go. Hooray! I love the way Winston Phillips is tweeting. No one lives here yet. Winston, where are you? Are you living under a tree? Are you living under that tree, Winston, that I just admired? Maybe he's hiding behind a bush. Congratulations, as Annabelle writes. The city's first power plant has been constructed. Annabelle, where are you? Are you under a rock? Maybe you're hiding under a rock. So yeah, that thing there means that there's nothing connected to that power source. But now it is. There's something connected. This here, the Bedford residence, is connected. So yeah, it means that now has a sort of end route for the power. Let's just have a look at the power. So there's an awful lot of overlays. There's an awful lot of overlays you can have for this game. There's traffic overlays and happiness overlays and water and wind and crime and fire and land value and all sorts of crazy stuff. So in terms of power, yeah, we're not even using 1 megawatt and we're producing 15. So that's absolutely fine. Water, I think you're okay for water for a long while. That one pumping station we've got produces 120,000 cubic meters of water per week, and we're using 192. So I think we'll be absolutely fine. So now it's just a case of waiting and watching and seeing how the city actually does. And I love this. Now, if you've never played Cities Skylines, then you might have played SimCity or something. SimCity kind of got to about here, didn't it? I don't think you could go very close to the houses in certainly the SimCity versions that I played. Did I play much of SimCity 4 overall? But this, you can go quite close in. You can go quite close and have a look. And all the houses are all individual. Yeah, this house, these guys here, this house probably not have as much value as, say, this house next door. And they're all different land values. And the houses all get upgraded as well. So the houses actually increase in land value. So they level up. So at the minute, this is a tier 1 kind of house or a level 1 house. That will go up. Eventually, that will go up. That house has got 7 children and 6 adults in it. Good grief. Wow. Good luck, everybody in there. Okay, let's push time on a bit quicker. Let's move time on a little bit faster. Okay, so all that's settled. Why is nobody settling over on this side? Because there's no power going over there, of course. No. Haha. Hopefully, however, power can go into that bit from, if we get another person settling there, setting up shop, because these are little sort of retail shop things. Someone sets up shop there, that will spread the electricity bit to over there. Do you know what we might do, actually? Because you can fine-tune the zones. There's a fill option, which just fills in the whole square. Or there is a little sort of like a marquee kind of paint option. So if we just paint that onto there like that, people might build on there. When people build on that, the electricity will then be able to pass across our lovely roads to over here. So that's fine. I'm sure that'll work. I'm sure that'll kick in eventually. When people start building on these spaces, I'm sure it will all be fine. Please be fine. So at the minute, 17.5 grand. I'm losing 567, but we've only just started. I think that will all change very shortly once people start actually moving in and doing stuff. Yeah, people can fit there. People can go there. I don't quite know why that's not being picked up then. I don't know really why. Should we build a thing across there? Power across the top. So it gets just there. People might start building down here. Ah, the demand for residential has gone down. There is no demand for any residential housing. However, there is demand for industry or offices. Oh! Oh. You know, earlier on I was saying I'm not a proficient Cities Skylines player. Yeah, this kind of shows, doesn't it? Right, let's put some power going across there, because that's a fun thing to do. Oh, okay. So just there, look. Like that. That's fine. And then, let's put some power going, maybe, should we do it so it follows the road, possibly? Let's go down the back of that road. Let's put some power to our units just here. You know, the industry units that everyone works at. Let's make sure that they've got some form of electricity. That might be a sensible thing to do. There we go, look. Right, lovely. And I love the buildings. Oh, that is a huge building. What's that? Ready to Wear Limited is operating normally. That's very, very good. Now, what I do want to do, I want to get to the point where everyone starts coming in and abandoning their cars. Because it's not happened yet. Ah, are you going to be the first person to abandon the car? Or are you a van or something? You're a sedan. Right, okay. Let's watch this. Let's watch you. Because what should happen is you'll probably pull up maybe on this bit here or on this road. And you'll then just abandon your car. Hopefully, please work. Please work, little car. So you're going to come in. There you go, in your sedan. There you go. You're going to pull up on the side of the road. Everyone's going to get out, the whole family, 3 adults, 2 kids by the look of it, and they have to make the long and arduous walk all the way along here down to wherever their house might be. Now, that's kind of why I want to get the public transport stuff in. But look, it just becomes a great big dumping ground. So you've dumped a thing there. Is that a parking meter? Just there. Do I get some money from this, please? Can I actually have some money from people parking there? You're going to be there forever, so you might as well. So look, there's a Jeep. Raymond Wright's Jeep is just here. And presumably, if Raymond Wright ever needs to take a trip out of town, he has to walk all the way back up this road, get in his Jeep, and then he can drive around here. He can go to the roundabout, and he can get out. But now look, in everyone comes. This is brilliant. This is ridiculous. It gets to a point where the road is so full, other cars just vanish. They just vanish out of existence. So come on. In you go. Find yourself a space. Now, yes, some of them do come down here, look. They park on the first tile first road tile where they're not allowed. Look at it. Oh, right. We've got some. There you go. That car's just appeared. Oh, that person. Oh, that's a dog. That's a dog. Hang on. There's a dog. That's cool. What's the dog called? Mary Jones. Oh, no, that's not the dog. It's a very specific name for a dog. Mary Jones. What's the dog? Dog. Oh, it's just called Dog. That is very disappointing. Can we call it... Oh, we can... Hang on. Oh. Hang on. Pause. I want to rename the dog. Let's call it Wuffles. Wuffles McBark. Wuffles McBark is now your dog's name. I've just told you that because you live here and I'm a crazy despotic mayor. But look at the great hordes. The unwashed and the unclean all come along this road. Now, you're allowed. You're a hot dog van and you have to import goods to the convenience store. So if we banned lorries and vans and stuff, everything goes out of business. And I've tried it, and that is kind of what happens eventually. These things shut down. It cannot operate properly, and they shut down. So we have to allow those sorts of vehicles and stuff. But look at how many people there are. Look at the amount of people. It's brilliant. And look, they've all just parked their cars. They've all just abandoned their cars. Wow. That is a new buggy. That is a proper trippy car. Oi. Van. Oh no, you're a van. That's fine. You're a goods van. That is absolutely fine. So yeah, that's my plan. That is my plan. Everyone comes into this bit, abandons their cars. Some cars just vanish into the night. Look, this blue one here will probably just evaporate. I imagine it'll just stop because yeah, there you go. Bing. Maybe they sell it. They jump over the top of this sports car. A little bit mean, and then yeah, they go to their house. and it just continues like that. So all the new people just leave their cars up there and come down here to their lovely sort of carless little neighbourhood. Now, one thing that is interesting with using these dirt roads, there's no streetlights. We don't really need streetlights particularly because we've got no cars really. We've got trucks and stuff. We've got no actual cars, so everything looks all really nice. It doesn't look all. I mean, yeah, you've got the lights on their actual sort of fronts of the house, their porches or whatever, but the rest of it just looks really lovely. It just looks really nice. So I quite like the fact there's no street lights. It all looks very cool. Ah, that's a nice shot across to the industrial area. So let's have a little look. What have we got? What have we got in Cupboardtopia? What's that? A Penny's. A quiet corner shop. That is massive. That's an enormous corner shop. That's like a supermarket. Okay, what's that? That is a pop soda. That's a drugstore. A 2-floor drugstore. Okay, crikey. Okay, fine. These look both exactly the same. What are they? Motels. Oh, 2 convenience stores. Okie doke. And that is a drugstore. Okay, so we've got a mixture of things. Some nice houses along here. Very lovely. And then down here in Industryland, what do we have? We have ourselves just some... Oh, an ice cube factory. An ice cube factory. Do you know what? I suppose there must be a company that makes ice cubes. I guess that must be a thing. What's that little thing? That's like gas storage or something. What's that? Goods Unlimited. Yeah, I think your goods might be limited by the fact that you've got just some big cylinders to store stuff in. I mean, yeah, you're not going to be storing, I don't know, machine parts or anything. Airplane wings. Don't really fit. You've got some planks of wood out the back as well. That's nice. What are you? Box Factory. Plastimold. Okay, that's a good name. Laminate floors. Hang on, it says laminate floors on your doors and your ice cube. Another ice cube factory. Another Goods Unlimited. Another Goods Unlimited. They've got a bit of a monopoly going on down here. And hang on. Isn't that an ice cube factory? Wow. Wow. And another Goods Unlimited. Garments. What's that thing? Ready to Wear Limited in some sort of oil silo. Okay, right. Okay, so the naming thing doesn't quite represent what the actual building is, but that's fine. Okay, so we need some more of these. We definitely need some more of this. Oh, no. Pause. Where's the fill thing? Right, fill. Yeah, let's fill that sort of side in. Let's do that. Let's fill those in like so. That's pretty good. What I might do is let's get a road. Let's put a road going into the middle, possibly like... Oh, that's quite a cool conflux of things just there. If we put a road into the middle, just for now, and then so we know that we can build it there. Maybe, because these might need like a fire station or something. So we might be able to put a fire station in here and get that done. Oh, there's people moving in. There's people moving in. Oh, this is very cool. I like this a lot. Let's zone a couple more. Very nice. And the 2 round the edge there. Do you know what? Let's do that side. Let's do that. Like so. And they'll probably all go. They will probably all go. Let's speed time on a little bit. Oh, look. Oh, look. And they're all paying me lovely monies. This is very good. And I'm in profit. I'm actually in profit. Hurrah. So, and again, I'm just going to point this out. If you've played Cities Skylines before, you're probably going, yes, I know that there's this. And I know there's that. You don't need to explain it. But some people watching this may not have seen Cities Skylines. And I am still learning stuff. So, yeah, I will explain things. If you do know it, then just, bear with us. Bear with, please. There are little goals for us to meet. There's milestones. So when we reach a population of 500, which we're not too far away from, we are allowed to get taxes and loans, garbage, because at the minute, all our garbage is building up. I know what we're doing with it, eating it or making beds out of it, something I don't know. So we get some garbage services, we get healthcare, we get education, which means we can build ourselves a medical clinic. So it's like a little sort of doctor's surgery type thing, an elementary school, and a beautiful, glorious landfill site. Lovely landfill. So, yeah, we'll get that. And then it goes on. You can skip through all the way to the end. So if you look at Colossal City, if you have a population of 42,000, you can build a nuclear power plant, a floating cafe, which sounds a little bit extravagant, and a cargo hub. What's the biggest? A megalopolis. You can build yourself an international airport and lots of monuments. Okay, that's cool. I mean, that's got to be our goal. Metropolis, just an airport. Colossal City, yeah, okay. So then you get harbours and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, we've got to go through. We've got to get to the simple stuff first. Tiny town is kind of our initial goal. In fact, no, it's not. 2,600. Boomtown is our goal because it unlocks transport. Now, it unlocks taxi. No taxis. Banned. No taxis. But it does unlock transport, ferries, which we can't use right now, obviously, but buses and trams. And trams is kind of what we want. That's a cool thing. And large roundabouts. We can go and redo some of the stuff up the top. Go and redo some of that stuff. That would be quite nice. And there's policies stuff. We can't do policies just yet. We need to get more people in. Okay. So now they are asking for people, which is fine. So we'll drop that in. What we might do is just have a little block of commercial just there. Just in the middle. Like that. Now let's speed time on. That will be very popular. People will build in there really quickly. Let's just keep an eye on our power. Oh, right. Hang on. Pause the game. Pause the game. We need some more power or people are going to be going into... This is kind of brown out territory, this yellow bit, I think. I think this is where they might start losing power. Red is, yeah, there'll be definite power loss. We don't want that. That's going to be very silly. So let's get ourselves another wind turbine. We want it to be 8. 8. How do we rotate that round? Oh, definitely not like that. I thought it was a right click and it rotated it round, but clearly not. Maybe that's just the way they have to face to... Is that where the wind's facing or something? So let's give ourselves another 8 megawatts of power. Now, I could save up and buy, if we come out of that, if we look at that, a wind turbine costs £6,000 to build. It gives you up to 8 megawatts of power, depending on the wind. It creates 75 noise pollution, but no actual pollution, obviously. And it's 80 per week to upkeep. So at the minute, if we put a third one in, we're going to be spending 240 a week on upkeeping our power. Now, just here is a coal power plant. It costs £19,000 to build. So 3 of those pretty much, which is what we're going to have. But it creates a lot of noise pollution, but actual pollution as well. Proper, actual, real pollution. And it's 560 per week to upkeep, which is very expensive. And it creates 40 megawatts of power. So I think I like this. I like the idea of going green. So let's just drop one of those in. We'll move time on and we'll just see what that pops up to. So that has... Yay! There we go. Right. That sorted that out. Now, what I might do is I might invest in another one. I've got just under 10 grand. They cost 6 grand. So let's put another one in and just make sure that our power is absolutely fine. So that should jump up a bit. There we go. Lovely, lovely. Water, I think, is still absolutely fine. Yeah, 13,000 out of 120,000 is fine. Okay, so it's looking good. It's looking good. Oh, I love this. It looks so good. When you go down to the little street, you can see all the people walking about. Hello, what are you doing? Siobhan Davies, where are you going? You're a worker at Goods Unlimited. Now this is a prime example of why we got to 500. Hooray! Oh, splendid. I wasn't sure if we'd get that on the first bit, but okay, that's lovely. So milestones, we've got to 500. So we can introduce taxes. So we can change the taxes that people pay. I think we're okay at the minute. We're making quite a nice profit. We can take out a loan if we want to. We might take that out later on. But yeah, right now we want to do these. We want to put in the landfill, get a school in, get a medical clinic in as well. That's definitely what we want to do. I think it looks really weird with the trucks down there, the ore truck, sort of driving around on these sort of little mud streets almost. I do quite like that. It looks good. What I might do is as well, this commercial area here is not really... It's not booming as much as I would like. That's commercial as well, isn't it, there? Yeah, that's not really going well either, is it? What's that? Oh, that's a pollution button. So, yeah, what we'll do is let's drop these things in. So let's get ourselves a landfill, so a beautiful landfill. So let's pop that in onto the other side of here. Let's put it over here, look. So we can drop that in just there. They can drive on the mud roads and go and do landfill. I'm sure that is everybody's dream. So it costs 4 grand to build. So we're going to drop that in. It costs 4 grand. And now that, I don't think we need to do anything like with it as such. I think it has trucks. Yeah, garbage trucks in use. 3 out of 15. Okay. Okay, I don't know how to stop that, but right you are. So we can relocate the building. I think we can just pick it up and move it somewhere. Or what's that? Open the budget panel. Now, there is a budget panel as well. We'll come to that very shortly. Look. They're struggling for workers. There's only 3 out of 9 workers for Ready to Wear Limited. And another Goods Unlimited have got only 7 out of 16. 8 out of 16. Still struggling. Okay, they've sorted their problem out. Okay, so we might need some more residents. We might need some more people. Now, the plan... Oh, look at that. As I said earlier, the commercial bit's not taken off. Now there's loads of stuff in there. Oh, that's wonderful. That's very good. Now, that place there, the garbage has piled up. I know, I'm on it. I'm on it. Believe me. Believe me. The trucks are on their way. Look, I can see them just there. Little tiny truck driving along our little dirt track. Oh, it's so lovely. So, we want to get ourselves some more housing. But more importantly, let's get some healthcare and some schooling for our people. So, right, this is our healthcare thing. Let's just drop that in the middle. Now, we did leave a gap in the middle of here, just for this purpose, in fact. So let's drop that there. Bing, lots of happy faces. Yay! So health is good. And that's going to cover all those people. Heal capacity, 100. That's cool. And that'll go up. So the average health will hopefully increase now we've got an actual medical facility. And then a school. So at the minute, nobody is educated. Everybody is uneducated. So if we drop a school in just there, like so, it covers all those residents. And then, yeah, there we go. Look, we've now got capacity. So there's 192 kids. The capacity is 300. So our elementary school can start teaching people. And hopefully we can get some educated people going on. And apparently, I think it said on the... Was it a loading screen I saw? I think it said educated people create less garbage. I assume the logic being that they're more aware of recycling or whatever. So yeah, I think that's a good thing. And as well, educated people can get the higher class jobs when we get there and all that kind of stuff. But right now I think it's looking okay. So what I want to do is just one last little bit here. What I'd like to do is get that coming down to there. And hang on, right, pause. We have to pause time when we do this. When we put roads in, I think we need to pause time. So we'll do that. And then we'll put a bit going out there and a bit going out like that. Only because I then kind of want to build up there and kind of connect that bit up and then have more houses and stuff along that side. Have a big long road, which would be quite cool. So, yeah, I want to keep that like that. Also, this bit in the middle. This bit in the middle. Yes, absolutely. No, not that. Oh, no, not that. Not that, though. Not absolutely not what I just did. I want that to be... how do you undo it? Like that. Residential, apart from this little bit here, which I would like to remain commercial. Hang on, take that out and then put that in as commercial. There we go. Well, that went well, didn't it? Go me. Okay, and let's fill that up like that. Let's just check the water. Now, there we go. So the water does cover that, which is very nice. Power might just clip the edge of that. So that's lovely as well. That's good. So yeah, they want housing at the minute. They want housing because the industry that we've got doesn't have enough people working in it. There's a place down here now where there's not enough jobs. So that's quite cool. I like that. A quick glance at the budget panel. You can up the budget for things. So you can say, right, I'm going to give people loads more. I'm going to give the electricity people loads more money. So it makes more power because they employ more people. So you get more power for your existing setup. So if we were low on power, we could always sort of nudge that up a little bit. I think we're all right for all our services as it stands right now. Roads. Surely we don't pay that much on roads. Surely we don't pay a lot on roads at all. 188.59 on roads. I mean, most of them are mud. Most of them are just dirt tracks. So yeah, if we push time on, houses will appear in here, and then we should see our population go up, but also our money should go up as well, because obviously people are paying rent or buying houses or buying land or whatever. So there we go. Lovely population increase. Now, one thing we haven't got that we need to kind of make room for is parks and stuff as well. So we might have to start demolishing houses at some point in order to get parks and things in. What do we do with this great big rock? What do we do with that? Can we leave that in? Do people like that great big rock? Is it an important great big rock? I've no idea. Oh, hang on. Hang on. I haven't done the thing. I haven't done the thing with the roads. Hopefully, nobody is coming in to move into the house. I think they're moving at the end of the day. Right, hang on. Right. Road bans. Yeah, this. Ban taxis and cars, please. Like so. We'll do the same just there. So yeah, this really is the only fiddly bit of this. You have to do this on each individual bit like that. Thank you very much. And then over there, ban them on this particular bit of road as well. And then just here. So we'll ban cars, we'll ban taxis. And that's it. There we go. I think everything else is still all banned. Yep, cool, splendid. There we go. Move time on. Let's see what happens. Yeah, I hope that people haven't circumvented the thing. Now, what's that? You're a bug spray van. Again, you're absolutely fine. You're entitled. You can come here all you like. Yeah, there you go, look. People are walking. People are walking down, so that's good. So the ban is the ban is still in place, everybody. It's all fine. What are these two cars doing? Yeah, they're just vanishing into the ether as well. They're just turning into nothing. And the great big car park, the great big car park of Cupboardtopia is beginning to take shape. Although that's probably about all the shape it's going to get, because the cars do just vanish. So I think what we're going to do is we'll wrap up for now, but I think that's gone quite well. I think that's gone very well. I like that. I like that. Now, what I do want to do is I want to get away from the griddy kind of thing. I want to get away from being a grid. Because as much as I like it, I think it lacks a bit of character. That's what I was trying to do with this down here. Make it look a bit interesting and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see what we can do. We'll see. What's that little pink van? A donut van. Is owned by the Ice Cube factory. There's some very complicated business arrangements going on down there. Why does the Ice Cube factory own a donut van? What's going on over there? So, a building has leveled up. Ah, excellent news. So, yeah, this building has leveled up. So now it's being upgraded to a level 2 building, which means they pay me more money because look, it's got educated people in it now. It's got educated residents, which is jolly exciting. So I don't know how drastically different it looks. I don't know what it looked like before. But do you know what? That's a lovely house. That is a lovely house. Robert Way, Anna Drive, Walker Road, Cherry Road. Oh, it sounds lovely. It sounds really nice round here. It sounds like a place I would actually live in. It sounds very, very lovely. So, yeah, the big thing then. The big thing is we'll get to 1,000, I think, soon enough. Which is this, a worthy village. We're on 950 something now. So we can buy another bit of land if we want. It gives us all these extra bits and bobs. Really, our main goal is to get to Boomtown. We need this transport stuff. We need to start getting all that stuff kind of in place and what have you. But let's pause it for now. Oh, there's plenty to do. Look at that. High demand for residential zone. We need to put in lots of residential zone. There's some more demand for commercial. There's even a tiny bit of demand for industrial. Obviously used most of that space up, so we're going to need to build another little industrial kind of... Can we build a wheel? Can we save these? I suspect there may be a way to save these road template type things. If you build something, I suspect there may be a way that we can save that. It would be quite cool if we had another one kind of there, and another one sticking out down here, and then we built around the back of them. That would be fun. I don't know why I like that. I just do. I just do. And you know what? To heck with it. I'm sticking with it. So, yeah, there is plenty to do. There is plenty to do. But, yeah, the real challenge is when it starts getting bigger and bigger and bigger, there's going to be no cars. So how are people going to get about? How are people going to be getting to the places? Are people going to be able to get there, you know, on time? And are we going to be able to provide enough jobs to people? So public transport is going to become key. So next time out, really, I think we need to do some serious expansion work and get ourselves to 2,600 and unlock this here transport thing. But obviously as we do that, we're going to unlock other stuff. We're going to need to put fire in and police and other stuff. We might unlock more schools or a hospital or whatever. So we'll have to cope with that as well, which is all going to cost us money and so on and so forth. But there we go. So hopefully you are enjoying this and you find this quite an interesting change. Oh, that just looks lovely. Look at that. That's tremendous. Oh, I'm going to enjoy playing this simply just for the visuals. That looks great. So, yeah, hopefully you do you find this interesting. Hope you think it's a sort of interesting challenge, because I did think there's enough out there. There's enough out there for Cities Skylines. And, yeah, I haven't played it on the channel, but I thought, you know what? Let's try and do something different with it. Let's try a little experiment and see if it works. And you know what? This is phase 1 and it's going okay. So, yeah, if you are finding it interesting, if you think it's an interesting idea, then please do leave a like. And also, please do subscribe if you're not already to see how we get on. Will it work? Will it be a dismal failure? Subscribe and you can keep up to date with whatever happens in this lovely city of whatever we called it. Yeah, there we go. It's at the bottom. Yeah, so yeah, subscribe to keep up to date with what happens in Cupboardtopia. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I will see you next time. You can be the last accounting office. City tax offices. Boo, tax man. Yeah, you look busy. Is it a quiet day at Bedrock Insurance, is it? Is he going to use the stairs, or is he going to be a lazy beggar? Yeah, you lazy ass. And all the lights are on. And I notice that everyone has left their lights on. I'm paying for this electricity, you gets.